Hello everybody, it's me Corridon for another episode of Winning the Weekly. This week is Threatening Howls number 2. I'm recording this on June 9th, 2023, and we're gonna go draft for this card back here. That has the mini-boss Goro on it, which I don't think Goro's outside of the Wolf Wars and outside of this weekly, so not gonna see him too often. You're gonna have Magnus, Sylvie, Grukli, and Nezglekt in this one. And the weekly modifier is Hemorrhage, where you get bleed charges +2, and bleed deals damage at the end of turn, but cannot be prevented by buffer immunity to bleed. So this means you're going to be able to bleed enemies that are normally immune to bleed. It's a little bit bugged right now, where it shows you that the golems and trees are immune to bleed, but they aren't, so you can just bleed them to heck however much you want. And interestingly enough, there's not much... I don't think there's any corruptors I found where they get immunity to bleed, so you're free to go bleed builds all you want this week, which is what I kind of did here. We also got Energized Heroes, where you get one more energy to work with at the start of the turn, which is amazing. Slow Heroes is kind of eh. Everybody goes slower. Vigorous Monsters, everything's a little more tankier. Wealthy Heroes is each hero begins with more money and shards, which is awesome. And Double Injuries, which means you never want to lose anybody in battle or take a negative event at an injury. But let's get into it. I'm going to hit Begin Adventure, swap music. And then I'm gonna get my face out of here and add in, dang, Alright, Magnus. I have here 2 builds for him if you want to play more into lean more into the bleeding aspect. I have circled in pink with the Marauder, Commander, and Random Pack for the exploit openings and Impale. You can also go to that top Random Pack as well, because Bluff and Battle Plan are really good. And you'd want to pick Bleed Out over Sever Artery, but since usually Magnus is going first, I usually find him applying more bleed on everything better to be hitting rather than waiting till turn 2 and everybody else gets their bleed applying turns to get bleed out. But both can work. And then I have the blue build there with Guardian, Commander, and Defender, with the blue Commander being completely highlighted over here. So you get purple push forward, which is really good. Next, we'll move on to Sylvie. Sylvie, there isn't much deviation here. I think both the Hunter packs are great, depending on if you want Far Shot for the focus on the back damage, or Hunter on the volley so you can hit everything multiple times. Especially good when you get her level 3, where it applies stuff on hit. And then Reaver, definitely for any build, is Scavenge, Deflect. Oh, the yellow Scavenge is amazing. And then this thing here should be pink, or the pink color, because there's not really any other choices this week. So I have Sniper there for the rapid fire, quick shot, and camo. You could also get this purple Phantom Knives if you wanted to build sharpness, but I don't really see it that week this week without any sharpening knives. Oh, you do get 2 camos, which could be good. And a Scavenge. The Phantom Knives strategy might work. But yeah. Let's move on to Grukli. Grukli, I highlighted Gladiator for the Bloodbath, Rend, Reckless Charge, Marauder for the Rend, Blood Feeding. You could also do this bottom Marauder too, but you'll lose out on the purple Sever Artery, which is why I picked this Marauder. And then if you're feeling like Bleed Out, you can go with this Random Pack, or the Swordsman pack down here is also great because it's just got low-cost stuff like the low-cost Flanking Strike, Fast Strike, and Precision Strike, which works better with Grukli level 2 of Onslaught. And then last but not least, we have Nezglekt, where you can get this in the pink again is damage, blue is for defensive or healing. And I go with the Mentalist just because that Pandemonium cost 6, and since you're starting off with 6 mana, that's amazing. This Seer has a purple Expected Prophecy, which is 0 cost, draw 4, and then put 1 back on top of your deck, which is amazing for finding Pandemonium and stuff like that. But also, Prescription can be fun if you're doing a healer build. But if you're picking the second Seer for the Expected Prophecy, then definitely go with this Friar that has a Spark of Life there. And then I'd pick up Shaman for the Dispel Magic, Innervate, and Binding Heal. And Zealot for the Fanaticism and Vampiric Touch. But there's a lot of things you can do on this one. This enervate's pretty good. This fortune telling and the clarity is also pretty good. But yeah, let's go in and do a sample draft here. So with Magnus, we're gonna build him defensively in this one. Shield charge. This Marauder is still good even if you're going defensive because of the piercing howl. What else we got? Just double checking. Yeah, I went with that Marauder and then I rerolled the commander for the push forward. And then if you're doing the defensive roll, you would go speed, fast, block, and either slow or vulnerable, depending on what you want more out of your Captain's Howl and Piercing Howl. Usually vulnerable's better. But if you're going for like damage bleed build, you just do speed, vulnerable, bleed, and slow. As for Sylvie, we know we want that, we're just going to go first hunter for that volley. And then pick up this reaver for scavenger. And then we can either take this sniper or reroll it for the other sniper. That was, let's see here. I should just have this. Yeah, I want the second sniper because it has that free quick shot over everything else. And a rapid fire that does bleed. And then usually with her, I'd do sight, bleed, sharpen, speed. Or you can do HP or stealth. But something like this is really good. Grukli, definitely this Bloodbath, this Bleed Out and Ground Slam. And then I think we reroll for Marauder. Or we can take that Marauder too, just because of Blood Feeding. I think there's Blood Feeding on the second one. I really should just keep this up in a second window. Yeah, actually, Grukli, we take this first Marauder. Yep. And then we get the Sever Artery. And definitely bleed, speed, fury, because he can build up a lot of fury this time. And then it doesn't matter what else you get, whatever works for you. And then Nez, we're definitely going Mentalist, reroll the Seer. And then we're also going to pick up, I think I rerolled with the Fanaticism, so I'm just going to go with this random that has Enervate, which is a really good card. Fortune Telling and Clarity. And then we pick up the Pandemonium. Of course, with Nez, Insane, Sight, Speed, HP, or you don't even need Speed. You can go something more Survivability, you can go something more heal-oriented, especially if you're going healing, the regen and the regular heals. And then we'll just go ahead and pick Magnus quick. I don't think there's anything special at the items, but you can go something like Runic Dice on him for the extra all damage done. Sylvie gets the slingshot, and then Nezglekt gets the goggles, and Grukli can either take the spike bracers, or Grukli and Sylvie can both fight over the spike bracers and slingshot. They're good on both of them. But there are, I will say this as a closing note, in the items there are a couple of these rings. That's not it. The fervent rings that change bleed, or for every bleed you charge, or bleed charge you apply one fire, which will really amp up your damage pretty quick. But yep, that'll be it. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a good draft. Let me know if it doesn't work, and remember to take care of yourselves, brush your teeth, do all that good jazz, and have a great morning, evening, night, whatever. Bye.